write down when you're removing this, so make sure when whoever it is, like in the OR, their process is the RN, the scrub tech will go ahead and touch these. They'll be sterile, they'll go ahead and remove this. So then the RN will come in and check the filters. So this is the most important part too as well, checking the filters. So they'll remove the filters and they'll put it up to light to make sure there's no holes in the filters. So if there's any holes in the filters, that means this set's compromised, it's no longer sterile and it's not safe for the patient. So, and it does happen once in a great while that there are holes in the filter and you want to remove it. So when we see these in the containers, it makes us question if they were checked. And that's again goes back to the patient safety. So once the locks have been checked and the filters have been checked, you know, the scrub tech is still holding this, because if there's holes on the filter, they can't put this on the back table. That means you just contaminated your back table. So if they put it down and then you check them and there's holes, you have to clear your back table and everything is contaminated. So after that, they go ahead and put their instrumentation. People are, you know, have their setup different. Some people, they have the sterile towels, they'll roll them up, set them up, and then go ahead and remove the instrumentation. And set them up on the table the way they want. Liners as well. Anything that's disposable needs to be removed from the set. So, this is a disposable item. These are, you know, the best you can with these. I know it's tough sometimes, but the liners, the indicators, you know, you want to make sure as well that they've already changed color as well. So, now that everything's on the back table, let's just say everything's on the back table now, instrumentation is laid out. Instrumentation does need to go back on the stringer. So what I like to tell people at the same time is these are your guys' instrumentations. So let's say that you don't put them on the stringer, and what we see a lot of the time.
Yeah, we always do that.
Yeah. So, but most of the time they're not open, you know. So it's hard for them to, and so me being a decontam, what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna go one by one, because now it's putting me at risk as well to get either poked by a scissor. Scissors also, when they're like this, and you set instrumentation and throw them in there, you're doling out your sharps, your scissors, your needle holders. So these are instrumentation that we use for patients. So in order to maintain the instrumentation, just put it back on the stringer, along with, after put it on the stringer, spraying it. Most people, where the spraying goes on, and I think that's where we're gonna get the loophole, is on the back table. On your back table, your instruments are back on your stringer, on your back table, on the string, you can spray from there. And then go ahead and put everything back into the set. So the way you see the set opened is the way you wanna put the set back together at the end.
So what we're saying is for this, we're gonna put these under the scrub table as well, so you have it right there and available. We are recommending, this one doesn't fit in here, he's got some bigger ones ordered.
Yeah.
So as we are looking at that, before this leaves the room, it doesn't leave the room until it's in the correct container. So once the case is over, said and done with, and this guy goes through so easily, really it does. So this would be open. We're recommending that once this is opened and it's the correct size, then that container would go straight in here. Where's my bottom? So as we're looking at doing that, because the bottom has holes in it, but the correct container will fit right in here. Then you spray everything down because it's in the container, it doesn't leak everywhere. So you've got that in, that's already back in here. You're saturating it really, really, really well. And then before it leaves the room, you have the other piece on top. Pretend it's the correct size. Then, once it's fully saturated on the inside, the lid gets closed. Now it can leave the room. It doesn't leave the room before then. What?
These things, these don't have to be put back in place?
No, you don't have to put
Maybe
it
you
back
just
in
stick
place,
them in.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
All right.
What else,
So
Juan?
we're
How
gonna
do we know
have,
whether these are rejected or accepted? I can choose a line, but there's a green dot or red dot, is it black all the way or what?
These I should actually brought you, maybe next time, we can probably do another in-service, probably next week as well, in case there's any other stuff.
We're gonna do a follow-up.
I'll bring the ones that look like. These are actually all white right here. So when they transition, you'll know that, I'll bring another one in for you, but these are actually all white right here.
So is
So-
that, if it's
So you
all
want
white,
them
we
to
don't
be all
use
white?
it?
So if it's all white, you don't use it.
And we use it if it's what?
If it's like this, this is
All
a
white,
pass. Yeah,
okay.
this is a pass.
All
right,
black.
right here.
One.
Yeah, all black.
Can you discuss how they, no blood should be on the
On the
instrument?
instrumentation. So during the procedure, what they do is you have a basin with sterile water, and usually I think it's like a 4x4 square cotton that they're continuing to wipe off the instrumentation.
We don't have water, we have, well, sometimes
Heparinase
depending on the
saline has
case,
heme
but
in it.
we usually have antibiotic
Oh, sorry.
solution.
Okay,
Does that work?
let me look into that one to make sure that one's okay for the instrumentation.
So basically, we get it all packed up and clean as if it, the way it came out, minus
Yeah.
those. So we gotta take the time to go through each one and line them all up and all that.
Correct,
Okay?
yeah. And then, so that's the main thing, removing all the gross soil, bioburden, making sure that they're clean. You know, because again, my first question for a lot of the, when training like this is, you know, we reprocess instrumentation, but does everybody know where the actual beginning of reprocessing instrumentation begins?
Was us.
It starts with you guys. And that's where the maintenance, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No, go ahead.
What are the two solutions we're supposed to be spraying with?
The only one we're gonna be using, I noticed you guys did have two, is gonna be the pre-cleanse clear bottle.
And
That's-
that will be in the room.
So we're gonna have the red, these things and that in the room under.
Yeah,
the
they'll be
table
under
now?
the scrub table. They'll still be wrapped up and it'll say clean, but at the end of the case, then it can come out of that